from expanding women's leadership and economic empowerment to ensuring girls' education, reproductive health rights, and protection from gender-based violence and other interventions, our progress must be inclusive and sustained. I wish, for example, that on many more days we'll discuss the issues that affect women and not leave them to one day in the year. This milestone, the milestone we want to achieve as a country through an inclusive and sustained method, is highlighted by an intersectional, intergenerational women's dialogue, which aims at resetting the agenda for all of us, uplifting all Ghanaian girls and women, whether they are students, babies, parents, traders, farmers or fisherfolk, people in other professions, homemakers or rulers, regardless their backgrounds and abilities or disabilities. They all matter. We must choose to end all forms of violence against women and girls, in whatever form it may take, in whatever rationale we can profess for it, whether human trafficking, domestic violence, accusations of witchcraft, and the resulting instant justice, child marriage, female genital mutilation, or sexual violence. All of these demand our sustained action. Beyond decrying these unhelpful practices, we must interrogate whether there is any reason to justify these and to see them persist like incurable diseases in the space of women in their lives. We must try to tackle the problems at their roots, ignoring the needs of girls and women, obstructing their pathways to advancement, killing their dreams and clipping their wings. Remember Maya Angelou's novel, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Enforcing women's acceptance of mediocrity, refusing even to encourage them, glamorizing systems that keep us at the bottom. All of these also constitute unacceptable forms of violence against women, and they require urgent action. Today, we stand in solidarity with women and girls. We must live in dignity. We must be intolerant of any form of violence against girls and women, whether in our homes, in our schools, places of work, places of worship, communities, and any place in our nation. It is time for women, it is time for men too, boys and girls, to choose to end such violations of fundamental human rights. Just the right to grow, the right to choose what helps, the right to contribute to your community, the right to contribute to your nation. It should not be seen as an aberration. We should encourage that. We should applaud and encourage those who step forward. If we strengthen our legal systems, ease access to justice, and guarantee advancement of girls and women, if above all, I suggest, we sustain public dialogue on our achievements as well as on our challenges. If we stop denying, if we stop pretending that our problems don't exist and they surface only one day in the year, we will not be on our way to confronting persistent and persistent issues going beyond debates, one-day celebrations, and rather launch into effective action. I advocate strong public education on this topic. We must take decisive action towards lasting and effective solutions that move our nations forward. We must isolate the reasons, for example, as the rep from UNICEF raised, about the high dropout rates among girls in our schools. If you look at the trajectory, at the foundation, we are all there. And as we move up, why do we not move up too? How come in the end, the image we leave is that of an isosceles triangle? You all remember our math classes. Broad base, tip. And what do we do with the few who rise to that top? It's very important. And it is interesting that the recommendations outlined in the final report of the Beijing platform some 30 years ago still remain. They are still valid. We haven't made as much progress as we ought to. There's work ahead, distinguished ladies, and I trust that we will all put our hands to the wheel and get the work done. Or you don't agree? You know, there's a topic some of us can speak on forever, but we don't have forever. We have a few hours in the afternoon. Gender-sensitive pedagogy in schools and training facilities is an essential tool towards addressing the gaps in the training system and curbing the recurring problems of dropout rates among girls, for example. Now to think that the natural menstrual cycle of a girl poses a threat to her advancement in education is not acceptable. It was the government of the National Democratic Congress that sought to deal with this problem when I was privileged to serve as minister under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, our current president. I leave the public bashing I received for this initiative for another day. We have to meet more often than today. However, I remain deeply comforted on this topic by the manner in which the Forum for African Women Educationalists, based in your country or headquartered in Kenya, whose board I was honored to chair for 6 years, used this means to help girls remain in school, rise up the ladder in the 34 African countries we were happy to serve and are still happy to serve. Why do they have better retention rates than we do? Sometimes the problems are very big. The solutions needn't be so big. I'm very happy to report that this time too, we have placed the supply of sanitary pads in our manifesto, and that our current Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, has taken immediate action on it. We must empower girls in different and concrete ways. It is the girls who become the women. No one is born a woman. We are born girl children. It starts from there. And the bottom line remains, in school, lack of access. The bottom line remains for many girls, lack of access to basic needs. So fundamentally, we can look at it as a social and economic problem. All these girls dropping out. we need to do a study, as we started some time ago, about their backgrounds. And you'll know that very few of us in this room will have daughters who drop out. What do we have that we cannot share? Let us meet more often and let's share strategies. Our government will do whatever is in its power to propel the well-being of girls and women by creating opportunities for advancement and self-fulfillment, regardless of anybody's background, ethnic group, religious affiliation, no matter what. All girls and women matter. And on my part, I pledge to work with all committed and like-minded persons, male and female, in pursuit of justice and the true liberation of all women from injustice, from economic dependence, from deprivation, from intimidation, from marginalization, to many other obstacles. I will support my country's effort to eliminate violence in all its forms, not only physical, especially mental. We stand committed to advance women's empowerment and raise the level of gender equality. You know, the affirmative action act now beckons. We all need to make good uses of the opportunities in the supreme interest of our country, of our women in particular. I don't believe it is only a matter of counting, although that is important. The counting must go beyond the numbers and translate into effective policies, implementation plans that work, that encourage the young girls behind us to believe in themselves, to know that yes, they can. I commend our traditional authorities, especially our Queen Mothers, for the seriousness with which they carry out their mandate. I also call on all of us to continue to prioritize the welfare of girls and women in our communities. We are all awakening to the benefits that accrue to children, to families, to communities, and the nation when we support women to rise, reach their full potential in all spheres of life. And as I said elsewhere, every talent matters. We must accelerate our action by bringing that knowledge, the knowledge we've had. These lectures have gone on for a long time, haven't they? Hardly are we hearing anything new. So the time to act is now. I want to thank all of you for your kind attention and the time you have spent being here. Have a good afternoon.
Hello. I want us to clap for her as she descends. Please, let's continue clapping.
On behalf of Ghanaian women, the women in this room, we want to wish you our first female vice president. A happy International Women's Day, Mommy.
Am I the only one that's feeling it? I can't be the only one that's feeling this. Your Excellency, thank you. Not just for being the first, but for your commitment to shaping history every day. I see you, and we appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. Please, let's clap. We all made this happen, no? Right. If you leave me, I'll have us clap until tomorrow. Let me quickly acknowledge the presence of Madame Makafui Brimpon. She's a presidential staffer. Makafui, hey. Oh, Shamima. Hi, Shamima Muslim, our deputy presidential spokesperson. Shamima, take a bow. We have also in our midst the first female president of the Ghana Bar Association, Madame Ifwa Gati. There. We also have the CEO of Maslock, Madame Abigail Elom Mensah. We also have in our midst Leonard Goba. He's British High Commissioner's Rep for Social Development and an advisor. Oh, sir, we love our he's for she's. Please stand up. Stand up and take a bow. There you are. We also have in our midst Dr. Wilfred Ochan. He's UNFPA's country rep. Sir. Oh, okay. I see you. I think it's time to acknowledge our Queen Mothers. So let me quickly call on Na Lomeki Lomo the First, Divisional Queen for Ada Traditional Area. Hello, ma. We also have Nana Ojedom Ama Chechewa the First, Gomwa Asin Traditional Area. We have Nana Watri the Third, Kobo Shama Traditional Council. Oh, there. We have Nanekia Asumwabia the First, Ebri Traditional Area. We have Mama Jutro the Third from the Volta region. We have Dolouche Abudu the First from the Boli Traditional Area in Savannah. I'm sorry, I think I didn't do justice to your name. We have Mamaga Trawa the Fourth, Paramount Queen Mother from the Have Traditional Area. We have Tim Tony Na Hajia Sarutu. Saratu, I stand corrected. And she is from the Dagon Kingdom. We have Nana Adia Ampedia II from the Bonri Traditional Area. We have Nana Jinchi Amwakun Odikro, Ahantan Traditional Area in the Western region. We have Mama Atrato the Third, Queen Mother of Ho Dome, Asogli State. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, you can hear me. Great. Next, we have our panel conversation, and to nicely and ably take us through that would be my sister, Nong Falong.
Thank you so much, Amma. When I say women, I want to hear you say accelerate action. Women! Women! Now you're going to say resetting the agenda. Women! Some of you don't want to say the reset. We beg. Women! Thank you so much, all of you. Her Excellency. We've waited so long to be able to say Her Excellency. First of her kind, but hopefully not the last. If there are women in here, who will be the next? Thank you. My name is Nong Falong, and I'm going to